in her profession. Stacy also engages with her fans by answering their questions and revealing new info about her life. In a recent Instagram story, Stacy addressed fans who were curious about the triangle on her forehead and eyebrows, explaining that she has vitiligo. She also mentioned she microbladed her eyebrow years ago to cover up the condition. Stacy added, "But wish I had my all-white eyebrow back, it gave me character." Despite this, she has no reservations and fully embraces her skin condition. She concluded her message by encouraging everyone, stating, "Let's all embrace people with #vitiligo. We are all beautiful." What Stacy's long-term health condition means for her future. Stacy is starting to feel more at ease with herself. Over the years, Stacy and her twin sister have undergone several cosmetic procedures and plastic surgeries to enhance their physical appearance. She has chosen to have a tummy tuck, breast augmentation, and regular lip fillers to achieve the desired look. However, it seems that Stacy is now content with her appearance. While she still shows off her filled lips, she is no longer interested in undergoing any extreme cosmetic procedures to improve the appearance of her vitiligo. In fact, she regrets the decision to microblade her eyebrows because it took away her natural appearance. Stacy feels comfortable in her own skin, which has led her to openly discuss living with vitiligo. Despite this skin condition being visible on her face, the 90-day. The Last Resort cast member isn't afraid to address it. As Stacy regains confidence in her natural physical appearance, she may soon choose to stop opting for unnecessary cosmetic procedures, such as injectables. If Stacy were to stop receiving criticism about her appearance, she might find the courage and motivation to refuse lip fillers. This decision may be made even more resolutely due to her recent kidney surgery. Our take on Stacy opening up about her long-term health condition. Stacy is advocating for the normalization of vitiligo. Stacy is gaining confidence in her appearance, and this confidence is also helping her stay away from negativity and relationship drama. She appears unfazed by Florian's flirtatious behavior on social media, as she is focused on advancing in her career as an entertainer and practicing self-love. Stacy wants to raise awareness about vitiligo on social media to help people living with it feel equal. She decided to address the rumors about her appearance to control the narrative and normalize it. The 90-day. The Last Resort star is empowering others by discussing her health condition openly. Stacy Silva makes life-changing decision after hinting at split from Florian Sucaj amid medical emergency. 90-day. The Last Resort star Stacy Silva has announced a decision that will change her life forever after suggesting she's no longer together with Florian Sucaj because of what he did when she was in the hospital. Stacy is best known for being Darcy Silva's identical twin from before the 90 Days seasons 1 to 4. Darcy and Stacy got their spin-off in 2020, in which Stacy brought her partner Florian to the US and married him. Darcy and Stacy's relationship issues have always been controversial, but so have been their changing appearances. Darcy and Stacy have gone under the knife several times to alter their faces and bodies, and have been called out for still continuing to use filters on their Instagram. Stacy recently announced that she is going to say goodbye to filters. She posted a highly edited picture of herself as a reel in which she looked nothing like herself, with a smooth-thin face and dark hair. Stacy captioned her post, "Filter Queen. New year, new me." She wrote that in the new year, she is going to try and post more photos with no filters. Stacy added that she thinks she's ready for a new change. What do you think? Stacy asked her Instagram followers. What Stacy wanting a new version in 2025 means for her marriage. Is this Stacy's idea of getting a revenge makeover? Stacy and Florian are currently starring in 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 2. Florian had been caught cheating on Stacy when he came to America. He was involved with a woman named Shanti, but Darcy decided to forgive him. However, 4 years later, Florian's past was still haunting Stacy. She suspected he was being unfaithful again, since he wasn't around as she recovered from her emergency kidney surgery. Stacy wished to trust Florian again and rebuild their connection without wondering if he had other women behind her back. However, in December 2024, Stacy hinted at a breakup. Stacy said she loved Florian and did not get the perfect life she wanted with him. She did not elaborate on what she meant by talking about loving Florian in the past tense, and it remains to be seen what the outcome of their couple's therapy sessions will be on the last resort. However, Stacy turning over a new leaf by ditching something she likes the most, filters, shows that she is starting afresh in 2025. It could be that Stacy is single after almost a decade and wants to finally start embracing what she really looks like. Our take on Stacy wanting a new me with no filters. Will Stacy really stop using filters? Stacy often gets comments from fans on Instagram who ask her why she uses filters even though she's perfected her appearance using cosmetic treatments and procedures. They love how she looks in 90 Day, The Last Resort. Stacy has been praised for being a girl's girl on the show and for also being the best dressed among all the cast members. The filters she uses take away from her personality and style, making Stacy look unapproachable. It's best if she does stop editing her pictures to look like someone she's not. Perhaps Darcy will also follow in Stacy's footsteps. Subscribe to our channel for daily updates. Always be the first to get news. Amani and Matt were a part of a Netflix show called How to Get Rich before their 90-Day Fiancé debut. Amani was earning tons of money and Matt had no financial access. The couple hasn't discussed finances on 90-Day Fiancé yet, as they only have any on their mind. However, it looks like Amani is the one calling the shots in the 90-Day Fiancé throuple relationship as well. Amani wants Matt to get permission from her every time. He wants intimacy with their shared girlfriend. How did Amani and Matt meet any? Where did Amani and Matt find her? Amani and Matt had been in a relationship with Annie for a year when they filmed 90 Day Fiancé Season 11. They met Annie in Mexico at a strip club. They had a lot of things and went back to the hotel together as they continued getting to know each other. Matt and Amani felt like it wasn't a regular hookup and feelings started to develop. Matt and Amani wanted fans to see that there was a long-term commitment involved here, just like any two-person relationship. They considered Annie as their better half. This is our first polyamorous relationship, and it's been really fun. Amani admitted that every throuple is different, but they spoke to Annie every day. They knew each other's children and celebrated holidays together. Having a long-distance relationship was hard because they couldn't have physical interactions often. However, they demonstrated how they keep things spicy with Annie via role-playing in their debut 90 Day Fiancé episode. Interestingly, Matt was skeptical at first because Amani is bisexual, and he thought there was something he wasn't able to fulfill for her. The more we talked about it, the more we opened up to the idea together, he added. Matt and Amani needed to get divorced for Annie's K-1 visa. Who will marry Annie eventually? Matt and Amani fell in love with Annie and fell in love with each other all over again too. However, there was one tiny issue they had to tackle, which was that they were legally married. Their only option was to get legally divorced, so one of them could apply for Annie's K-1 visa. Amani and Matt had spent about 24 days with Annie in person in their entire relationship, but they were traveling back to Mexico to see Annie. They'd met Annie's youngest daughter, Antonella, and not Annie's other two kids. The next level was going to be to propose to Annie and get married and build a life together. Annie betrayed Amani's trust. Annie's hiding her relationship with Amani from her family. Matt and Amani drove to Mexico to spend time with Annie and wished to go to Ensenada and Guadalajara to meet Annie's family. Annie claimed she was a little scared of Amani meeting her family. Annie revealed that her brother thought Amani was her friend and Matt was her boyfriend. Amani realized she was the third wheel and thought it was triggering to be hidden by Annie. Annie also shocked Amani by revealing that she slept with Matt after Amani went to sleep. Amani was upset that Matt didn't ask her if it was okay for them to do it. Meanwhile, Matt felt like Annie telling Amani about what happened was them ganging up on him. The throuple's obvious communication issues were revealed on this 90 Day Fiancé episode, but their social media profiles showed that they've managed to overcome these hiccups. Amani's latest post is about the three of them serving looks, drama, and a whole lot of asterisk realness asterisk. However, official confirmation of Mike and Natalie's divorce. Natalie is afraid that the divorce could lead to her getting deported. Natalie had kept Mike as a backup, which was revealed when she went to him asking for a baby after realizing Josh never wanted to have kids with her. Mike didn't wait for Natalie to come back either. He made his relationship with Sarah Instagram official in June 2023 and soon became a father figure to Sarah's dog. Mike and Sarah completed 2 years of being together in December 2024. It's commendable that Sarah has stayed with Mike, even though he is still married to his estranged wife. Our take on Mike still going strong with Sarah despite Natalie's marriage. Did Natalie go back to Mike after Josh split? If roles were reserved, and it was Natalie and Sarah's place, she wouldn't have liked that Mike was still married on paper to his ex-wife. Sarah's maturity is revealed through her decision to be with Mike, and the same can never be said about Natalie. It's possible that Natalie tried to reconcile with Mike after her split with Josh on 90 Day, the last resort. However, Mike's love for Sarah is unwavering. 90 Day Fiancé star Mike and Sarah's being into each other, even when the cameras aren't watching, speaks volumes about them as a couple. I've been watching how 90 Day Fiancé star Natalie Mordop-Seva is ensuring that Mike Youngquist never gets to taste true happiness. I first saw Natalie in 90 Day Fiancé Season 7 promos. She had the most striking eyes with the blonde hair belonging to a doll. Natalie had met Mike through their mutual friends, but they couldn't have been any different from each other. I thought Mike and Natalie were the definition of opposites attract when it came to their relationship, as they had height, religious, and dietary differences. Natalie still wanted a baby with Mike even before coming to America. She conveniently forgot about it when she came to live with him in Sequim. The baby seemed to have been a storyline that Natalie created for when any of her relationships needed some drama. She even went back to Mike in the Single Life Season 4, asking him to impregnate her. Natalie is that shameless. Trish was right all along. Natalie used Mike for a green card. Natalie had thrown her engagement ring at Mike as he packed his bags at the end of the Ukraine trip in the finale. Natalie wanted nothing to do with Mike, and she even accused him of cheating during the Season 7 tell-all. Natalie claimed Mike had cheated on her. The woman was named Sarah, and Mike had stayed with her the night before Sarah's own wedding. I recall Natalie concluding that Mike and Sarah had slept together. Sarah appeared during the tell-all of Season 8 and quickly made it clear that Natalie's accusations stemmed from her own paranoia. Natalie had supposedly seen Mike shirtless on that night when she had video called him, and she could hear Sarah taking a shower in the background. Natalie and Mike were over during the Season 7 tell-all. Yet Mike did not pull the K-1 visa application, and Natalie was granted permission to come to America. If Natalie didn't love Mike anymore, she would have decided to skip the U.S. move. But she came anyway because it had always been about marrying an American man to Natalie. She didn't care who she was marrying. Watching Mike giving his own fiancée the cold shoulder for an entire season and refusing to return the ring to her gave me secondhand embarrassment. Natalie kept pleading to Mike for the ring. He also called off their wedding at the last minute. However, Mike made the biggest mistake of his life by marrying Natalie out of guilt just a day before her K-1 visa was about to expire. Mike had canceled his wedding because his mother, Trish, had told him to do so. Mike's mother, Trish, was very vocal about her dislike for Natalie and often expressed her frustration on the show. I recall Mike being called a mama's boy and being compared to Colt Johnson. However, Trish had a nagging feeling that Natalie was taking advantage of her son. She got her "told you so" moment when Natalie left Mike to go date other people in a different state. I agreed with Trish calling Natalie a snake because Trish believed that Natalie primarily came to America to secure a green card and had no genuine intention of building a life with Mike. Natalie found a new boyfriend. Maybe she's trying to make Mike jealous. Natalie left Mike within 3 or so months of marrying him. All that drama of wanting to marry Mike was just so she could continue to live legally in the U.S. by becoming his wife. If I'm not wrong, Natalie never really told Mike why she was splitting with him. She was never clear about it because there was no reason for her to break up. Natalie had never had any feelings of love towards Mike. She wanted to date other people and probably find someone better to replace Mike with. For that to happen, Natalie had to get out of Sequim, which she did. Natalie went to St. Petersburg in Florida, and it's where she met her current love interest, Josh, after a series of failed dates with a man named Johnny. Natalie saw that Josh was single and the CEO of a modeling agency. What more could a woman who wanted to become a model and actress want? Natalie started rubbing her new man in Mike's face. To me, it was easy to see that even Josh was not Natalie's numero uno choice. Natalie is refusing to divorce Mike. Will Mike ever be able to marry his new girlfriend? Natalie could have chosen to date someone better than Josh after she broke up with him on 90 Day. The Single Life Season 3, but she didn't. Natalie had dumped Josh for refusing to give their relationship a label and to give her a baby. I can't wait for a long time because my age. David confessed that he seemed to be close to giving up on Sheila since he was getting older and couldn't keep waiting forever. He wants a woman in his life who he can love. He hopes that Sheila and his fans can forgive him and understand his plight. On a lighter note, David wrote, "And I never forget I not pay insurance for rent car lol I can't afford. I was so lucky." He sent love to all his followers in his message. What it means that David still wants to get married to Sheila. David wants to marry Sheila, but he seems ready to move on. David wants to be with Sheila, but the relationship would only work for him if Sheila moved to America. David and Sheila also faced communication problems due to her not having learned sign language. David had hired an interpreter who Sheila grew jealous of. David helped Sheila with building a house back in the Philippines. However, he wishes to have a house of his own in America, where he can spend a lifetime with her, her son John Rail, and any future babies David might have with Sheila. Unfortunately, Sheila's visa rejection may have caused David to change his mind. David seems to be feeling anxious about growing older without a companion, and the fear of Sheila's visa taking more time than expected to get approved is lingering on his mind. He has already spent several years in a long-distance relationship, and David doesn't want a long-distance marriage now. It appears he is ready to start dating in the US and meet someone locally who he could marry instead of Sheila. David has also faced financial issues and had previously asked fans to give him money to help build a house for him and his fiancée. Our take on David still wanting to marry Sheila despite setbacks. David really loves Sheila, but time is not on their side. While David had not, and it seems Ariela listens to her followers as she now focuses more on naturally achieving a stunning appearance. Ariela Weineberg, unrecognizable after drastic weight loss. A reality TV fan page recently took to social media to share a shocking photo of Ariela Weineberg showing off her huge weight loss. According to the page, the 90 Day Fiancé star looks like a completely different person today, adding that she has lost so many pounds since filming 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 2. Ariela has yet to share her current weight, but it's clear that she's been successful in her physical goals. Ariela also said in her post that her nose is too small and her glasses often fall off. She continued, "Does anyone else have this stupid but very real problem? I need new glasses." The page also mentioned that Ariela now has OnlyFans, which is an adult-based social media site where people can pay her for explicit content. Meanwhile, many fans were surprised by Ariela's new look. Ariela Weineberg confirms her son is still with her. Ariela Weineberg also took to social media to share a clip of her son playing with some of his cousins. According to the 90 Day Fiancé star, she cherishes every moment, but she can't help but notice how time flies by so fast. She continued, "It feels like trying to hold on to water as it slips between the cracks of your fingers. At least it was a beautiful winter." Many fans took to her comments section to express how glad they were that Aviel still lives with her amid her upcoming divorce from Biniyam Schreiber. 90 Day. The Last Resort star Biniyam Schreiber is hinting at a shocking relationship update with Ariela Weineberg after deciding to go their separate ways in Season 2 after attending couples therapy. Biniyam from Ethiopia and Ariela from New Jersey were first seen in The Other Way Season 2. Ariela met Biniyam while she was separated from her first husband, and Biniyam had gone through a divorce with his first American wife, having left him and taken their son along. Ariela had a son with Biniyam, and he came to the U.S. in 90 Day Fiancé Season 9 to marry her. Ariela felt that Biniyam was growing distant from her after their wedding, and he chose to spend time with friends instead. Ariela also accused him of cheating and being in a relationship while still with her. Biniyam and Ariela split and agreed to divorce on The Last Resort Season 2. As per Ariela, Biniyam had no interest in making their marriage work. Biniyam admitted he was done emotionally in the relationship. Eventually, the couple parted ways, with Ariela leaving the resort without even meeting her cast members. The show was filmed a year ago, but after the episode aired, Biniyam did something surprising, hinting at him and Ariela having gotten back together. He wished Ariela's mother, Janice, "Happy birthday, Mom," while tagging his mother-in-law. What Biniyam calling Ariela's mother Mom means after divorce decision. Are Biniyam and Ariela back together? Biniyam and his mother-in-law's interactions have made his storyline with Ariela interesting since their The Other Way debut. At first, Janice wasn't really keen on pregnant Ariela living in Biniyam's unequipped house, but she soon accepted him as her son. Janice supported Ariela and Biniyam's relationship as she supported them financially along with her husband and also supported her daughters and son-in-law's dreams. However, Biniyam still refers to her as his mom, despite the painful breakup Ariela and Biniyam went through speaks volumes. As per the show's therapists, Ariela and Biniyam were unable to move past their past. They were stuck in a loop where they kept revisiting their history and everything they'd done then to hurt each other. Ariela felt it would be better for them to not be together, be contacted by his ex-girlfriend. The fan captioned the clip, "Gino committed a crime by sharing Jasmine's nude photos, and not once does he apologize." They wrote that people should beware of everyone who is supporting Gino, who feels it's ugh, to send naughty pictures of his girlfriend to his ex. It's a crime, and yes, he could be sued and charged. The blogger declared, and Jasmine, reposting the same, shows that she agrees with what the blogger said. Why? Jasmine was contacted by Gino's ex via her DMs when Gino whisked Jasmine off to an island vacation in their very first season. The woman was not really Gino's ex-girlfriend, but a former sugar baby. Gino used to pay women to take them out on dates before he met Jasmine. This woman was an adult model named Lindsay who Gino had been in touch with. Gino sent her Jasmine's racy pictures to make her feel jealous. Gino kept insisting they were not nude pictures but were topless, and refused to admit he was in the wrong. Jasmine should have broken up with Gino then for what he did, but she forgave him. Perhaps Jasmine had her reasons, or perhaps she was too in love with Gino. Jasmine later started accusing Gino's ex of sharing the same pictures with Jasmine's place of work, which led to her getting fired. Interestingly, Gino is now hanging out with the same woman and recently shared pictures with her on his Instagram. This behavior by Gino may have affected Jasmine, who thought of reminding fans of what he had done just a few years back. Our take on Jasmine hinting at her split from Gino through her claims. Jasmine is having a hard time sticking to her storyline. Jasmine and Gino are still married. She has been suggesting that they are in an open marriage and that Matt is her best friend. However, Gino is clearly not in the picture anymore. Both Jasmine and Gino resent each other. Jasmine has even moved to Florida with baby daddy Matt and doesn't live in Michigan with Gino. Jasmine has been showing that she and Gino are together in a poly relationship to keep up with her 90-day. The Last Resort storyline when both Gino and Jasmine have moved on and are with other people. Gino Palazzolo embarks on bold new chapter with sporty makeover as Jasmine faces money-making setback. Gino Palazzolo from 90 Day. The Last Resort kicks off his fitness journey with a stunning makeover while Jasmine Pineda experiences a financial setback. Gino and Jasmine first connected through a sugar baby website, but their relationship quickly became serious. After meeting in Panama, they got engaged by the end of their debut season. In June 2023, the couple got married in the United States but struggled with intimacy for months. These issues led them to join 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 2, where Jasmine proposed the idea of an open marriage with her gym buddy, Matt. Jasmine recently faced a financial setback as she dropped from 7th to 39th position on Cameo, likely due to a decline in her popularity. However, Gino isn't concerned because Jasmine is no longer his financial responsibility. He has started a new fitness journey to achieve his ideal physique. Gino recently posted a picture on his Instagram story, where he was sitting on a cycle in an indoor cycling studio, wearing a sleeveless shirt and shorts. According to the repost by, he completed his look with a backward cap, exuding a youthful vibe. Making a casual hang loose gesture with his hand, Gino captioned the picture with "First Spin Class," along with party popper and upside-down face emojis. What Gino's bold new adventure means for his future without Jasmine. Gino probably doesn't want to feel inferior. Shortly after meeting Jasmine on the Sugar Baby website, Gino realized that they weren't compatible. He discovered she was extremely jealous and expected him to pay for her bills, including cosmetic procedures. Despite noticing these red flags, Gino continued his relationship with Jasmine and brought her to the United States on a K-1 visa. However, after marrying her, he refused to be intimate with her. Gino withholding intimacy from Jasmine has led her to form a close friendship with her friend from the gym, Matt. She is now considering pursuing an intimate relationship with Matt. Now that Jasmine has started a relationship with Matt and is expecting his child, Gino doesn't want to feel rejected. He aims to attain a desired physique, possibly hoping to make Jasmine regret her decision. After learning that Matt is a muscular man, Gino likely wants to focus on his own fitness journey, beginning with a low-impact workout such as cycling. Since ending things with Jasmine, the 90-day Fiancé alum has already regained a youthful glow. If he sticks with his exercise routine, he may soon be able to transform his body. Our take on Gino starting his fitness journey with excitement. Gino appears refreshed following conclusion of Jasmine's saga. Although Gino wasn't a great husband to Jasmine, it's heartwarming to see him trying to regain his smile after spending 4 years in a troubled relationship. It appears he is working hard to regain his strength after this challenging emotional experience and feeling more empowered. Fans rarely saw him happy and content while he was with Jasmine, but in the recent picture, he looks rejuvenated. He is prepared to embark on this bold adventure. Hopefully, the 90-day, The Last Resort cast member will stay motivated to conquer his fitness goals. Subscribe to our channel for daily updates. Always be the first to get news. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel, USA Celebrity Corner 24. Thank you for watching.